Hi everyone, I am D. Srilata, working as Associate Professor in VVIT. Welcome to this session. Now in this session, I am going to explain about various network theorems. Usually, network theorems are used to reduce the complexity of electric network and to find the response of any branch in that network. So we have various network theorems. Those are Thevenin's theorem, Norton's theorem, maximum power transfer theorem, superposition theorem, Millman's theorem, reciprocity theorem, Telegen's theorem, and compensation theorem. Now these are various network theorems we generally use to reduce the complexity of network in order to find out the response. Now in this session, I am going to explain about Thevenin's theorem and how to apply this Thevenin's theorem to a DC network. Usually, DC network consists of DC voltage sources and current sources and only the resistive branches, and such type of network to which how to apply Thevenin's theorem. Let us see now. For that, statement of this Thevenin's theorem is, it states that any linear active bilateral DC network which consists of several voltage and current sources with several resistive branches, since it is a DC network, that such a complex network with all sources and resistive branches can be replaced by a simple equivalent circuit which consists of Thevenin's voltage source in series with Thevenin's resistance. So this theorem states that any complex network can be replaced by a simple equivalent network which consists of a voltage source in series with resistance. Across the two terminals of the network A and B, where that voltage source is V Thevenin, called Thevenin's voltage, and a series resistance is called Thevenin's resistance, denoted by RTH. So any complex network can be replaced by this simple equivalent network. Now here, this is the actual complex network given, which consists of several voltage current sources as well as resistances across the two terminals A and B. Now such a complex network can be replaced by a simple equivalent circuit which consists of Thevenin's voltage source and Thevenin's resistance across the same two terminals A and B, like the actual network, across which the load resistance was connected, and the response through that load resistance can be determined. Here the response will be voltage, current, power, etc. Now let us see procedure for finding the Thevenin's equivalent circuit of any given complex network, which involves two major steps. One is, as seen in the equivalent network, determination of Thevenin's resistance, Thevenin's voltage, and the next one is determination of Thevenin's resistance. For that, while calculating the Thevenin's voltage, what are the steps we need to follow? The first step is remove the load resistance branch. As seen in the previous slide, we have load resistance connected across the terminals A and B. We need to remove that load resistance branch so that A and B terminals will be open circuited. After, by applying any known techniques like KVL, KCL, that is loop analysis, mesh analysis, voltage division, current division rule, whatever the network reduction techniques, we need to find the open circuit voltage, which is known as Thevenin's voltage, nothing but the voltage across the open circuited terminals A and B. So this is called Thevenin's voltage. So after calculating the Thevenin's voltage, now it's time to find Thevenin's resistance. So here, in order to find this Thevenin's resistance, the first step is, after removing the load resistance across A and B, we have to remove all the sources. That is voltage sources as well as current sources. If voltage sources are there, we need to short circuit them, since voltage 0 means short circuit. And if current sources are there, open circuit them. So after removing all the sources, across the terminals A and B, we need to find the equivalent resistance, that is called RAB, that is the resistance as seen from the terminals A and B. We have to calculate Thevenin's resistance. Then, which is nothing but the equivalent resistance across A and B after removing all the sources. So then after calculating V Thevenin and R Thevenin, simply we can draw the Thevenin's equivalent circuit as shown in the previous slide. So after determining Thevenin's voltage, Thevenin's resistance, equivalent circuit drawn, and again whatever the branch we have removed initially, that's called load resistance, that resistance has to be reconnected across the terminals A and B, and then which is forming a simple loop network, single loop network like this. So here this is the actual network across A and B, and now which can be replaced by Thevenin's equivalent circuit, and then whatever the load resistance branch which we removed while finding the Thevenin's equivalent circuit, we have to reconnect across A and B. Then from this Thevenin's equivalent circuit, we can see a simple loop network formed. Now in the single loop network, we can find out the response of this branch like IL simply, but if it is a complete network, it is difficult to find the current flowing through load resistance, since we have to follow several steps, so that we can directly calculate the current flowing through load resistance as IL, which is nothing but this loop current. So here this is the source or excitation to that network. Then we can simply write down IL is total source voltage V Thevenin by R Thevenin plus RL. So just we know what is R Thevenin value and what is RL value, and our V Thevenin also we have calculated from Thevenin's theorem application, so that we can easily calculate current flowing through the load resistance without any difficulty. And after calculating this load current, we can calculate load voltage across this load resistance value. Here one more point we need to remember is, while while solving this DC network, we have to see whether what type of sources are present. So any network may consist of independent sources and dependent sources. All we know that all independent sources are denoted like this with a symbol, either voltage source represented by plus or minus, and current sources are represented with an arrow direction of current. If dependent sources are there, which are represented with a diamond symbol, whether they may be we have 4 different types of dependent sources: voltage control voltage source, current control voltage source, like that, VCVS, VCCS, CCVS, CCCS, like that. So in that, while applying this Thevenin's theorem to any given network to find the Thevenin's resistance, all the independent voltage sources has to be removed. All the voltage sources has to be removed which are independent, and all the dependent sources has to remain in the network. Means whatever the independent sources present, we have to remove them, but whatever the dependent sources are present in the network, we still keep those dependent sources in the network while finding R Thevenin value. So everyone must keep this point in mind. Now let us see how to apply this Thevenin's theorem numerically to a DC network. Here this network showing different resistive branches and one voltage source. So for this problem, we need to draw Thevenin's equivalent circuit for this given network. So it consists of one voltage source and four resistors, out of which this is our load resistance. So it is highlighted, and A and B are the given terminals here. Now for this network we need to draw the equivalent circuit. So while applying this Thevenin's theorem to this network, the first step is we need to remove load resistance branch. So here this is our load resistance branch. Just I have removed this load resistance branch, and those terminals are noted as A and B. These are A and B, and keeping all the other branches remains same. After removing the load resistance, the second step is determination of Thevenin's voltage. So as we know that according to Thevenin's theorem, Thevenin's voltage is the open circuit voltage across the terminals A and B. So that's why I have written this voltage across A and B as E Thevenin. So this open circuit voltage is nothing but voltage across the 6 ohms branch. So for that, just I am redrawing this circuit like this. So just here 4 ohms and 6 ohms both are connected in series. Just I am redrawing like this, both are connected in series, and out of which E Thevenin is the voltage across 6 ohms branch. So for that I am going to find E Thevenin, where this E1 is the voltage, see here, across this point, and this point E is the voltage source connected, and these two are also at the same common point, and this voltage is connected across these two branches, 4 ohms and 6 ohms branch. Means whatever this voltage of 8 volts is divided across 4 ohms and 6 ohms. So since it is series connection, as we know that from voltage division rule, if total voltage which will be divided across two series connected branches, so their individual series connected branch voltages can be determined using voltage division rule. So we know that voltage division rule, according to which we can calculate E Thevenin, where E Thevenin is equal to applied voltage or the total voltage across the two series combination is E1 E1, and the same branch resistance is R1 divided by sum of these two branch volt resistances, R1 plus R2. So just I am substituting all these values, 8 into 6 by 6 plus 4. So finally we have 4.8 volts, where E Thevenin value is 4.8 volts from this. And next, it's time to calculate Thevenin's resistance. So while calculating Thevenin's resistance, first step is, after removing the load resistance branch, again we have to remove all the sources. As seen from the given network, here some voltage source is there. Removal of voltage source means V should be equal to 0. V should be equal to 0. That means it is short circuit. So just I am representing a short circuit in place of this voltage source. So after short circuiting, means after removing voltage source, we have to see from these terminals what is the equivalent resistance across A and B. For that, once if you observe, this resistance 2 ohms is connected across the short circuit. So that's why there is no current flowing through this 2 ohms branch. What I mean to say is, if the equivalent resistance has to be determined across A and B, current will be flowing like this, and after it will be resolved into these two branches. And whatever this short circuit is having zero resistance and it is having some other resistance, zero resistance path, always current will take zero resistance path, means the total current will be flowing through this branch only, because 0 ohms 2 ohms both are connected in parallel, then its equivalent resistance will be 0 ohms. So hence this branch is neglected. So finally we have the equivalent circuit, which consists of 6 ohms branch, this branch present here, and after removing this branch, means the equivalent of these two branches will be 0. So 4 ohms branch is present. So parallel combination of these two branches will be 6 into 4 by 6 plus 4. That's what I have written here. This R1 and R2 both are in parallel. Then we have the equivalent resistance of 2.4 ohms. 6 into 4, 24 by 6 plus 4, 10. So finally Thevenin's resistance will be 2.4 ohms. Now from this analysis we can represent the given network into its Thevenin's equivalent circuit, where this Thevenin's equivalent circuit consists of a Thevenin's voltage source in series with Thevenin's resistance, where we got Thevenin's voltage value is 4.8 and Thevenin's resistance value as 2.4, and across the two terminals of the network A and B. So just we need to draw the Thevenin's equivalent circuit, so we can stop here. Further, if we want to find what is the current flowing through this load resistance branch using Thevenin's theorem. So for that case, what we have to do is, already we have discussed the load resistance, since it seems to be a simple loop network where voltage is E Thevenin divided by R Thevenin plus RL, where E Thevenin value is 4.8 divided by 2.4 plus 3. This is the value of current flowing through this load resistance branch. In case if you want to calculate the current flowing through this load resistance branch using Thevenin's theorem. So whatever it is, we need to draw the Thevenin's equivalent circuit by applying this Thevenin's theorem. Then we can calculate current flowing through load resistance branch, or voltage across it, or power consumed by that load resistance, etc. Now these are the two exercise problems on the application of Thevenin's theorem. We can solve using this Thevenin's theorem. Here in this problem we need to draw the Thevenin's equivalent circuit, and here this is our load resistance, and it takes two values, one for 2 ohms and the other one is for 100 ohms. Then we need to calculate current flowing through this load resistance. So here these are the answers or solutions for this. 1.5 amperes corresponding to 2 ohms and 0.059 amperes for 100 ohms. You can solve and check with these solutions. And coming to the second problem, here this is the given network. For this network, calculate the current flowing through this load resistance of 2 ohms using Thevenin's theorem. For that also you have to draw the Thevenin's equivalent circuit, and then after getting the simplified Thevenin's equivalent circuit, reconnect this load resistance branch and then calculate current flowing through this branch IL using Thevenin's theorem. Now let us see some of the objectives with on this Thevenin's theorem. Now here let us see, Thevenin's theorem is true for which type of networks? Either linear, non-linear, both network, neither linear nor non-linear. So here in the statement itself we have seen Thevenin's theorem is applicable for a linear bilateral active network. So it is only applicable for linear networks which obeys Ohm's law. Linear networks means the network which contains linear elements. So next one is Thevenin's resistance found by. As we know that how we are going to find the Thevenin's resistance, just by removing all the sources. Removal of voltage sources means short circuit, and removal of current sources is open circuit. The next one, can we use Thevenin's theorem on a circuit containing BJT? So BJT is a nonlinear device. So we should not use this Thevenin's theorem, or we should not apply this Thevenin's theorem to such type of elements present in the network. So the answer is no. Next, VThevenin is found across dashed terminals of the network. So usually after removing the load resistance branch, the branch will be open circuited, across which we are going to find the Thevenin's voltage. So the answer is output terminals of the network. Thank you. Thanks for watching. In the next video, let us see some of the problems and how to apply these Thevenin's theorem to some other DC networks. Thank you.